All right, y'all. It's your girl, J Misha, better known as the Beauty Mogul Goddess, and this is Lips and Lace Podcast. Today's guest is not new to this. She's true to this. They call her the Trap Barbara Walters, and for good reason. Whether she's on air, on stage, or off the record, MC Yeeeeee has been using her voice to uplift, spotlight, and connect since 2009. She's hosted everything from fashion shows to baby showers. But it's her deep roots in the Bay and the Sac rap scenes that has earned her the respect on both sides of the mic. With hundreds of interviews under her belt and an award-winning radio show with Connected Radio, this woman knows how to talk that talk and walk that walk. Let's get into the power of presence, purpose, and never giving up on your passion, no matter how many pivots you take. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome MC Yeeeeee.
Dang, and make me shed a tear over that. Thank you.
Don't cry.
What a great introduction. Yes, I'm glad I didn't put any lashes on.
Right, right. Well,
thank you for having me.
Welcome.
I appreciate that. It was a very thoughtful intro as well.
I appreciate you. Such an honor
to
have you here with me today.
Yes, I feel like it's mutual. So
it is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to just go ahead and get started. We're going to dive right in because the people want to know. And I got some questions. We're going to let them know the answers. Okay?
And my nails are from True Goddess Beauty.
All right. Period. So, MC, you've been interviewing artists since 2009. What was your, this is what I'm meant to do moment?
I would say the moment I decided that it was going to be my full-time gig was the moment that I was able to sit down and talk to Rick Rock one-on-one on an interview. We sat down on an interview. He came to my studio. Rick Rock Beats is a legendary producer out of the 707 area. He's produced way more songs than people even know about, like for Busta Rhymes and Mariah Carey, and you know, more closer to home, Federation, E40. So being able to actually get his attention, gain his attention, and have him drive 2 hours to come sit down in my studio, I realized at that point that I was special. So there must be some reason why he would come and sit down with me. Because he's not the type of dude to ride trends, you know, so he's not doing it because other people are doing it. He did it out of respect. And I'm a fan. So
okay, I'm a fan too.
Started as a fan. Like that's how I started this whole gig, fanatic. So that's kind of my moment. And thank you, Rick. He doesn't even know that. That turned me in another direction.
Right.
Okay, I can really do this, and I can really do it big. So that's kind of how that all jumped off.
And that's major because, like you said, he ain't riding a trend. So just to have somebody of that caliber, right, and of that status, like you said, want to come and sit next to you, you know, and really get interviewed and sit down and come to your platform definitely is major. So
huge honor.
I'm glad.
Yes, thank you, Rick Rock, for that. I appreciate him.
So how did 360 Radio and the idea of Connected Radio really just come to you after your Giants and Elephants show?
So Giants and Elephants ended when the tours all stopped. We did a tour called Giants and Elephants Radio, or Giants and Elephants, and it was a tour of Northern California with people like Larry June, and Jacka, and rest in peace to the Jack.
R.I.P. to Jack for sure.
Trax, rest in peace to Trax a Million. Like there were all these legendary artists that I would ride around with and do. We used to do the door and take the tickets. So me and my friend Tara. So we would go and take the tickets at the door, deal with all the people that wanted to get in for free, all the bullshit, right?
Right.
So we earned our stripes in that. We didn't get them at the mall. We didn't get them at the zoo. Like we earned those stripes.
Right.
So that was kind of what pivoted me to want. I stopped. Juice went to jail. Juice was one of the founders of the show. That's GUCE from Bullies with Fullies. I was actually the first female label assistant for Bullies with Fullies. I have helped them with their production. I've helped them with their bookkeeping and their numbers. Shout out to Juice and Messy.
Right.
That was a big moment for me. But at the same time, when he went to jail, I didn't really have the backing and I didn't have the big guns anymore. So I took some time off.
Okay.
And then I went and started Connected Radio with Eddie Z. So,
shout out DJ Eddie Z.
Yes, thank you, Eddie. I actually had to interview with him. Someone told me that he was looking for new show ideas, and he records in Sacramento, and that's at him and Mickey Tilts were the founders of 360. It's an internet-based, fully licensed radio station, ASCAP, CSAC, BMI. So if you're on there, you're getting some credits for it.
Right.
And he interviewed me, and he watched some of my old interviews, and he was like, you fit right in. So I started Connected, and my first interview on Connected Radio was with Stressmatic from the Federation.
Okay.
Also, no slouch. Like, this guy has done a lot of hooks for E40, things you wouldn't even know were Stress. That's him. Mm-hmm. So it was a very big honor to have him in there and sit down with him. And then it just rolled from there. I would have 3 to 5 guests a night. I would be in there for 3 hours, juggling major motion.
Wow.
I'm dealing with 3 sets of different groups of people. I didn't have any assistants. It was all me.
Managing it on your own.
Yeah. Other than Eddie, it was me. And then I had my shooters. Like, may it be Beto was my first shooter in the building. Shout out to Beto. And now I have Sackboy. 916 Sackboy is my shooter. And those people capture moments that are not seen necessarily on the shows or the podcasts.
Behind the scenes.
Right.
Okay. Well, shout out to them. And
kind of how it started. It started with Eddie. Thank you, Eddie. Still with Eddie.
Right. Okay. So, MCE.
Yes.
You've done hundreds and hundreds of interviews. What do you think makes a great interview truly memorable?
I think that both people on the interview, maybe who you're interviewed, the interviewee and the host, are comfortable with each other. Mm-hmm. They're vibing. It has to be genuine and authentic. And you really don't want to put any business out there that shouldn't be out on air.
Right.
Like, a lot of the newer podcasts are airing out things that are controversial to get views. Mm-hmm. And I really disagree with that.
Right. Looking for something sensational, right? In order to put to their names. But I agree with you, right? Authenticity. You got to be genuine or it's going to look really fake. And I mean, even though people will watch it, do you want to be known for that? Right. And you can't keep up. You know what I mean? It's going to get to a certain point where the antics aren't going to work anymore. The lie will crumble. Correct. Yeah. So you definitely got to hit the scene and just be yourself. And if you're yourself, like you said, people are going to gravitate to you regardless. Correct. Okay. That's my number one. Right. Thank you for that. No problem. Thank you. You're welcome. So, how you guys? Right. You've hosted everything. Concerts, weddings, 420 friendly events. Mm-hmm. Which have surprised you the most? Boss Lady Products, probably. Her events surprised me the most, and shout out to her. She is a Stocktonite as well. Okay, Stocktonian. So she basically put me in charge of hosting. Prior to that, King Seidel from Ruler Squad is a rapper. He also hosted the City of Trees Smokeouts, but it got so large that we needed to add another host. Mm-hmm. I met her just as being a customer. I would go to the Smokeouts just to get medicine and have fun and smoke inside with everybody else. Those were huge shows. It was a big deal. It was underground. Mm-hmm. It was not permitted. So it was like a sneaky link kind of. Shout out to Tap for the sneaky link. Right? Yeah, it was like a sneaky link. So when she put me in charge of that, and we had people there like visiting us, like Be Legit and Tone Loc Biz, and just lots of large names would come through these smokeouts. I found myself nervous at a lot of them, and I didn't know why. And I realized it's because I had secondhand smoke. Right. I don't usually smoke on my interviews. Okay. But when I'm hosting a smoke out, I'm obviously going to have some smoke in my system. So I had to really stand on business and take it seriously. And even though I was a little intoxicated, I still managed to crank those out. But that was a huge moment because it was like a woman through the event. And a woman is co-hosting or hosting the event. So it was a big moment in history for us. So shout out to the women empowerment. Much love. Thank you. Shout out to the women empowerment. We love to see it. Yes, I'm here for it. So speaking of women empowerment, what has the journey been like as a woman in the spaces that are often very male dominated? For a while, and still to this day, I will go to some functions, and if people don't, a lot of people recognize me because of the bucket hats and the glasses, and they may see me, they've seen my image before, but they don't really know who I am. So going to the door of a show, which is a male-based show, you have a male at the door, it's male security.
they're not really trying to hear you say you're a special person. They don't fucking care. You know, like they don't give a shit. So you really have to plead your case. And at that point, I'm ready to go home. And that's the discouraging part of it. Like, okay, just because I'm a chick, you think I'm not supposed to be here?
Right.
But I'm actually one of the most integral pieces of this show. So luckily, people that I know will come up to the door and be like, oh, that's Mac Yee, that's MC Yee. You know, she's the largest blogger in the area. You need to let her in. She'll blow your spot up.
Right.
So eventually they'll see that and they'll hear that. But it is difficult because as a female, if you speak up, you're kind of looked at as annoying.
Right. Why is that?
And I'm like, what? I need to stand on business. Y'all stand on business.
Exactly.
So it's kind of like you have to just stand your ground, because men will try to sway you as a woman and make you feel like you're not worthy.
As qualified. Right.
Bullshit. I know what I've done.
Hello.
So at that point, I'm on my phone calling people in the back, like, you better come get your boy.
Right.
Pretty
come
much.
Get your man.
Whose man's is this? Because why am I not? I mean, I've had Jay Stalin walk into a show. I'm sitting on a couch in the lobby. He's like, why is Katie McYee in the lobby? And I'm like, well, they didn't want to let me in. They didn't know he's like, she's my +1.
Hello.
So he walked me in. So moments like that are like, I don't have any cameras with me. It's just my memory. And it's like, that made me cry. I was touched because I worked for him.
Right.
I helped Jay Stalin build Livewire. It's a huge conglomerate
for
now.
Sure.
So it's like, if you don't know me, that's fine. You don't have to know me, but respect everyone enough to give him a chance.
Your research also, though. You know what I mean?
You're at a hip hop show, and it's an important hip hop show. So if I'm in there and I have $10, you know, I'll pay the $10 to get in because I know that's annoying, and I've paid so many $10 that I feel like some of these are free for me. They should be.
No, I don't feel like it. Definitely, if you're being invited by some of these people themselves,
it's a free.
You should be through the door. If the whole guy mob and entourage can get in and get through,
easy, no question.
One MCE can get in.
So I'm like, do I need to sag my jeans and bring a banger in here? Like, is that what it is? No, I'm coming in as who I am, and I'm really here. If y'all didn't know, the documentation I am doing tonight will be the best documentation of your show.
Right.
I make it look the best. People are looking for it on my page. So it's a job that I need to do. So let me do my job. You know, like, why are you impeding my work?
Right.
So that pisses me off, and it makes me want to go harder. And that's kind of inspirational.
I mean, just as a woman in general, we, you know, just because of society and all of what they put out, we got to go harder. But we make it look easy, though.
Amen.
You know what I mean? As hard as we go and as hard as we grind as women, we always make it look effortlessly.
Yeah, they'll never know I'm sweating.
Right.
Never.
And you don't never let them see you sweat, but you ain't sweating it. You know what I mean? And if they don't know who you are, I bet they found out that night.
They did.
I bet they found out that night.
They'll never ask me for $10 again.
Okay.
Plus, I'm still talking about it, and you know who you are.
Right. Yeah.
This is very annoying.
Period. Okay. Well, with that right there, MCE. You said that today when you came on Lips and Lace podcast, I had free range to do what it is that I wanted to do with you right here on this beautiful platform.
Amen.
So we are definitely going to get you together today.
Yes.
We're going to transform you. We're going to do a wig install. We're going to come back from that wig install, and we're going to finish out the second part of our interview with you all transformed, courtesy of True Goddess Beauty Supply.
Thank you. With the wig whispered to me, I'm ready to go. Thank you for the wig whisperer's assistance on that.
And if you don't know, she actually came in here because the wigs really do talk. The wig came and spoke to you.
Amen.
So when we say that the wigs whisper and they whisper to the wig whisperer, we ain't joking.
Yeah, that one talked to me. You'll see her in a minute. She talked to me. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get to it.
Nails by them too. So.
Period. All right. All right, y'all. It's your girl again. Here with Lips and Lace. So today I got MCE in my chair being transformed. So today we're going to be installing this beautiful unit right here.
I call her Violet.
Yes, this is the wig that called out to her as she walked around. I told her, come in, see what you like. And she said that purple one right there, it spoke to her.
Yes.
So this is the MLI 303 in the color DYX Lilac. She said she's been wanting some purple hair, and she walked in the True Goddess and she's getting it today.
Amen. Thank you, True Goddess.
Yes. All right.
And the gems on the teeth are from BF Smile Studio. So if anybody needs that, the tooth fairies will come to you.
Okay. So we're just going to slick your hair on back.
I just got it done yesterday.
It's very soft.
Yes.
And the color is definitely popping.
Thank you. That's Kylie Cherry on the hair. She's adorable. I have very fine hair. I'm Danish, and my mother passed this to me, so
Wow.
couldn't even hold a barrette as a kid. Very slippery,
Very soft,
fine hair. But it's also low volume, so I've never really had any volume in my hair. And I think the wig will bring that volume.
Definitely.
That's why I didn't want to do a too voluminous of a wig, because it would look fake.
No, right. They gonna do it. They gonna do it.
What made you decide to get into hair install?
Just because I've been doing, like I said, I've been doing my own hair since I was 10 years old. My mom taught me how to braid, and from there, once I acquired that skill, I just kind of been doing it all on my own. So typically, almost every hairstyle I usually have is always me, and it's just fun because I like to transform. I like to look different. I like to switch it up and be different versions of myself.
Do you offer install for people that come in here?
In store I can if they want it. Typically I do, like I will cut the lace off their wigs because a lot of my customers don't know how to
cut it.
Yeah, how to cut the lace, which is to me the easiest part.
That's part of the lips and lace.
Right.
Podcast.
Right. And see, so you get the double entendre, right?
Yes.
So I'm lacing them with gang while lacing them in these wigs.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I'm going to put a little bit of some concealer close to your shade to imitate your scalp.
A chalk white.
not as chalky as you think. You got this white cap on, but so I'm gonna just go in with a little bit of hold and spray. This is gonna help make your wig secure. No shifting, but you can still be able to take it off. And that's like a hairspray.
All these products are available here?
They are all available at True Goddess Beauty Supply, of course. Put this melt band on. We're gonna let it sit for about 5 minutes. This just allows that spray product to
seal,
melt in with that wig and really have that flawless effect. You know if that's too tight?
No, you're good.
All right.
Okay, I do look like a different girl.
Do you? You do. It's you made a good pick.
It's giving.
Yeah, it's very you. And this is one of those throw on and go kind of units. Like once you put this on and you cut the lace off, it's literally a full cap wig. So you don't have to worry about too much of the, the lace melting and all that. Just has enough for you to give it that seamless look where it's attached. But other than that, you could throw it on without anything and
got it.
And you out the door.
Yeah, everybody needs to come do this just to get an idea.
No, for sure.
Because once you see this, you're gonna want.
It's not all my guests, some of them already come in, ready and good to go. But for the ones that want, I'm down.
I think everybody who wants to investigate wigs or wants to wear a wig should come and do something like this, because you just never know. You may love it, like I love it, and I would never have thought to do it because I just never have. But now I have an avenue and a store and someone to help me.
Right. Okay, Lila.
Lila's here.
Lila and the lilac.
True Goddess. She's here now. Look at this. Oh, so pretty. Yeah, let's do the rest of it.
Yes.
I think it looks great.
All right, and again, you guys, this is the MLI 303 in the color DYX Lilac. You can get that right here at True Goddess Beauty Supply. Well, thank you, MCE, for letting me transform.
Thank you.
We're going to go ahead and get back to the rest of our interview.
Okay, y'all stay tuned.
Yes, stay tuned. Do we have McYee in the building, or is this Lila?
This is Mick Lila.
Is this Mick Lila in the lilac? How you feel?
I feel excellent. I think everybody should experience something like this. And I also have nails by True Goddess too.
Right.
And the glasses are True Goddess too.
Come on now.
And they flip up if you get hot. Like I get hot when I do shows. So these were perfect for me because
come on now.
That's why I usually punch the lenses out, because I get hot.
Right.
So
those are already convenient and ready to go.
Yeah, you got it ready to go.
Perfect. So. Okay, well, I'm so excited to have you back with us, Transform.
Thank you. This was an excellent wig. I love it.
You look amazing. And it fits you, right? Because you have a very eccentric, very colorful, personality.
Right.
From the demeanor, from the attire. So I think it's very fitting.
Thank you. And you installed it very well.
Thank you.
I'll be wearing it tomorrow night on
Perfect.
360.
Yeah, definitely pop out on. Okay, now with that being said, before we get into our last questions to finish and wrap up our interview, we're going to go ahead and play a session of my rapid quick fire questions, okay? So I'm going to ask you these questions, rapid answers, give them quick, this or that. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Always. Stay ready.
Radio or live hosting event?
Radio.
Radio. Why radio?
It's just my passion.
Okay.
I prefer to highlight music that people haven't heard yet.
Okay. Bay beats or sack slaps?
Bay beats.
Period. Bay beats.
All day.
All day. Every day.
Love you, Sack, but bay beats.
For sure. Okay. Interviewing a legend or discovering a new voice?
That's hard. Interviewing a legend.
You going with the legend?
I feel like if we interview the legends and keep them lit, then we're going to find more new voices.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And it makes people want to come to me because they're like, oh, she's sitting with him.
Because you're certified.
Right.
Right. Old school rap or the new school wave?
Old school.
Old school rap. I'm an old school girl too. And don't get me wrong. Every now and then there'll be a new song and something current that'll come out that'll move me.
Same.
But that old school got my heart.
310 Baby could get it, but other than that, it's the old school. Like shout out to Mac Mall and RBL Posse. I was just with them. Right. So much love.
Period. Okay. Energy or preparation?
Energy.
Energy. Okay.
All day.
Natural, just off the cusp. You got it. That new artist excitement or the OG wisdom?
New artist excitement.
Okay, why new artist excitement?
It's just more driving. It's like more of a driving force. Even though OG wisdom is important, I feel like new artist energy is like, it's like a shot of adrenaline for me. To see them so excited, it makes me excited. So it makes me feel like a better host.
So it revives it.
Yeah, it's kind of like a shot of energy for me.
Gotcha.
It's like a mirror.
Okay, that makes sense. Early morning interviews or the late night grind?
Late night.
Late night grind?
Yeah, fuck the morning.
Oh.
I don't sleep very well.
Right.
And nighttime is when my brain reacts the most.
Okay.
So 2, 3 a.m. I've heard I'm a star child. That's what they say.
Okay. So late night grind. Well, that has been our rapid quick fire questions.
We're back.
We're back.
Lila's here.
Lila's in the building. Okay. So MC,
yes,
you built some strong friendships with some legendary artists. What is the key to building genuine industry relationships?
Being very mindful and conscious of what you're putting out. So internet is not their first preference. You know, these are artists that printed their own CDs. We didn't have the internet tools in that time. So you really have to be conscious of what you're putting out, how it's going to make them look, what they're saying. And then you also have politics. So if there's people who are artists that are engaged in street politics, you don't want to put anything up in real time because that's going to jeopardize yourself and the artist. So you have to be very conscious of what you're doing all times. Okay. And I review tapes like I'm a referee.
Right, like you're a coach.
Because I don't want to put anything out that's going to make anybody look bad.
Right.
So that's my 2 cents on that.
Gotcha. Okay.
And they know that. That's why they're down with me. They know I'm not going to let them look bad. Like Doobie, shout out to the Sugar Wolf Pimp. He said, I already know anything Yee does is there to make me look better. Right. So he stopped. He was very resistant on the phones for a long time with the cameras. And then eventually he just succumbed. He's like, she knows what she's doing.
Gotcha. Yeah. And that's what makes it different for you. You know what I mean? Because you really pay attention to that. You really take that into account, right? Because you're thinking about them. You're thinking about yourself and your platform, right? You don't want to be known for, anything like that. So definitely making sure that you protect them. You protect yourself and your brand is key. So okay, thank you for sharing.
And I am a Pisces and a true empath.
Those Pisces.
So we don't, we're very overthinkers to start with. So don't give me a puzzle because I'm really going to overthink it.
Right.
Yeah. It's serious.
Gotcha. So you recently won Best Radio Show at the GERD Award.
Yeah, we GERD.
Yes. GERD Award.
Yes, I am Mick GERD.
So how did that feel to win?
Oh man, I was popping my shit down there. I went to Newport Beach. They had a yacht. It was a 3-story yacht that they presented this on. We had some really big names. Lefty Gunplay was on the boat. The Coyotes were on the boat. These are very large LA artists. A lot of networking to be done. And when they called my name, to hear people even clapping, because I didn't even know any of those people knew who I were. It was amazing. It was an amazing feeling. to be recognized. And that's the good thing about the GERD Awards, is they do recognize people that the mainstream is not looking at. So shout out to C-Lim and the whole GERD Awards, and Ren the Heat Monster, who's from Stockton, the Mudville King. He's the one who nominated me for that. So thank you. And I do work hard on my craft. So it was a very rewarding moment for me. It's like somebody actually sees
the validation that you needed.
Exactly.
And that's just gonna make you go harder. You know what I mean? Because don't get me wrong, you go hard regardless, right? You push yourself and you push your brand like nobody can, right? So just to even, like you said, get that validation and know that others see you. That's major.
It made me very motivated to go to the next step.
Definitely. I'm glad. And I can't wait to see the next step.
Got a lot to do with writing, just so y'all know. Books, blogs, things like that.
Got it. So MCE, you had mentioned to me before that you had took a break, right, in between your shows to, recalibrate. So when you took your break from the shows, what was it that kept you motivated to come back?
Probably the music. I still listen to the music. I'm a big fan of the music. And the music is initially what drove the show. Was wanting to get it out to the public for other people to hear it, because the music I listen to is not played on mainstream stations. So I heard all this dope music being made, and it was like, God, I need to get on a show so I can play this for people. And that's what made me want to get back to it.
So you're really motivated by the music and the culture.
Exposure.
Yeah. Nice.
And I feel like I'm a culture creator and curator, so I'm responsible, lightweight, for keeping the culture alive and portraying it in a good way to people. It's like, it's my job.
And speaking to that, because you brought that up, so that had me thinking about something. Can you even really speak to the music culture out here in the Bay Area, in Sacramento, in Northern California as a whole? Because I myself feel like we don't get the respect that we're really due. Like, we come out with some of the most trendiest music, right? Some of the best beats and best dances and best culture, and we're not put up on the pedestal. They'll give it away to those who got the money machine behind it. So can you really speak to that culture, and why doesn't the Bay get recognized, and what will it take for the Bay and for Sac in Northern California to be recognized on the world stage?
I sure do wish I knew how to do that, because it would complete my circle of life. I think E40 has breached it.
For sure.
He's definitely international.
For sure.
And his whole camp is, I've interviewed his whole family other than him, so I'm still buffing for that interview.
Manifested. It's coming, 40 Water.
I think 40 is the leader of the gang. But unfortunately, other regions hear the sounds, they hear the slang, they see the fashion, the dances, and they take it and they recalibrate it to use it for themselves. And it never gets told that it's not their. People think they originated it, and then they didn't. So I think it's important when you notice trends like this, or dances or songs. That's why I do what I do, to get that out to the public immediately, so they know exactly who sings that song. They know exactly how it came about. They know the background behind it. They're going to be aware that Detroit is not who put the fucking Thizzle dance on the map. Mac Dre put the Thizzle dance on the map.
We know that.
Right. But, things of that nature. So, like our turf dancers, they're not necessarily going to get the credit they deserve unless they're shown to the public on like a public platform.
And recently, luckily they were, Kendrick Lamar, came on and brought some of those Bay Area turf fiends and some of those people who've really been stumped down doing it for a long time. So I think that now, especially with the internet, we are starting to kind of bridge it a little bit, because we've had some songs out of the Bay that have gone viral and world's got to know. You know what I mean? So I think that if we can continue to be a force for ourselves and keep pushing our voice, we'll get there.
And I do have a 360 story, no pun intended, on that, because one of the dancers that went down and did dance at Kendrick's video shoot and at the Super Bowl is DeMonte. DeMonte is a good friend of mine, and he'll be coming on the show to talk about his journey. But they signed DNAs, so they weren't able to talk about it until it actually happened. And then I have another dancer, Heat Got Him. He is a dancer that I've known, and he's a rapper. I've known him forever. He's from Sacramento. Mac Mall saw him at one of the shows we did, and he asked me to reach out to him and ask if he would come do the Thizzle dance behind him at Yoshi's for his live show with the band. So I was able to connect him with a legend, get him a gig. People are going to see him on a big stage, and now they're going to know Sacramento put that on. So it's pretty dope.
That is. Well, keep doing what you do. Like I said, as a pedestrian myself, I definitely want to see us get the recognition that we deserve.
I think the small steps I'm taking hopefully help, but that I don't know the answer to get.
There's no hope. It helps.
Yeah, to completely get it out there, I think we're gonna need like 40 to just like pull some stringies or something.
We need somebody to definitely hit the scene and take it on one.
Right.
Unfortunately for us, we're gonna have to put each other on our back and climb our way out to the top because everybody runs with our sound and our swag and they get to profit but us. So something got to change for sure.
Amen.
For sure. Woo. Come on now.
Put it in the air.
So, MC, what advice would you give to someone with a dream but no clear direction?
Follow your heart. Follow your heart. If your heart tells you it's no, it's ick, it's an ick, don't do it. If you're happy, if something makes you genuinely happy and you're smiling when you do it, then you should follow that. Okay. You should do that. That's something you shouldn't fight. There's a lot of stigma behind money. If you can't earn money behind what makes you happy, then people say don't do it. But I disagree with that. The money will come. The happiness is more important anyway. So
happiness is definitely key. I mean, I don't like to be motivated by money, right? Because the money gonna come and go.
Right.
You know what I mean?
There's never enough. It's just it's a facade.
At all. Mm-hmm. So it's to me, like you said, making sure that what you're doing makes you feel good. At the end of the day, if you get up every morning and you can look yourself in the mirror and you feel good about what it is that you're doing, then that means you're on the right path.
Half of the views on my videos are me. I'm watching myself. Right. I'm like, God damn, that's dope.
No, for real.
I watch a lot of my own clips from concerts or backstage because it's like, I can't even believe I just did that.
Right.
So
I keep my show on repeat.
It's great. I love that.
For sure. So with that, what's next for you, MCE?
Literature. So I'm going in a writing route. I'm going to do a book. Just to give you a glimpse inside of some thought process on it, we have the title is, I have some bunch of different titles kind of milling, but it's like an autobiography. And I think the last title I threw out there was Waltzing in Crocs, the story of the Trap Barbara Walters, right. Or something to that. You know, we're going to make it Bay, we're going to make it Sac. So, and that's a big tear, like too. I'm torn a lot between Sac and the Bay Area, and I wish they were kind of the same.
But it's all in Northern California.
I feel like it is,
you know what I mean?
But when I'm on the scene, I'm either Bay or Sac, and it's always such a struggle. And I really wish it would just all be NorCal.
One, got you. One band, one sound type thing, huh?
Waltzing in Crocs. What was the name of it? I said Waltzing in Crocs. Damn, I got to look at it. But yes, it's going to be literature. Okay. I have an autobiography being done right now, like a video, so I have an actual like movie. Sackboy has been shooting a movie for a long time for me. He's been recording my antics for 7 years now, so you can imagine how many moments he's got to, you know, chronicle my life and what I've done, because it is important. People don't necessarily want to give me my credit for that, but I'm going to take that. Everything I've done is monumental in this scene, right? And it's all documented, so have that for your non appreciation moment, right? You want to make sure you appreciate yourself more than anyone else, because you're your only hope.
For sure.
Oh, it was book title, Waltzing in Crocs, Memoirs of a Mixed Stepper.
Okay, mixed stepping.
Yeah, because I do wear Crocs, but I was kind of like inspired by Dances with Wolves.
Got you.
But I'm not dancing with wolves. I'm waltzing in Crocs.
Got you.
Yeah.
I like that.
Thank you.
I like that.
Trademark, copyright.
Definitely. You heard it here first, y'all, okay? Well, MCE, let the people know where they can find you, where they can follow you, where they can keep up and tap in with you.
Well, Lila will be with me.
Lila.
And you guys can catch us we're on tomorrow night, actually, live. I have Fury Figueroa, Anissa Ray, and Bandy. They're all coming in for an interview. I have 3 interviews tomorrow night. Those are big nights because it's 30 minutes each. So nice. It's just like boom, boom, boom. And I have an innate clock now that tells me when 30 minutes is over. So it takes a long time to get to that point. You can follow me on Instagram. That's where I live mostly. It's MCYEEEE_major key with 2 Y's. And then I'm also on TikTok as the Trap Barbara Walters. I am on Facebook as Katie McYee with 3 E's. The E's, the Yee thing is all from me being influenced by the Bay. So, and my name is Catherine, and Catherine McPhee won American Idol, and she was from the Bay.
Right.
So I took it from that. So that's how you can find me. Or you can find me on all my interviews on Lips and Lace.
Period. Lips and Lace podcast.
I can't make this up. I'm going to be on that one. I am a very open book. So just type in MC Yeeeeee with 7 E's on Google and you'll find me.
Period.
All over the place.
Period. Well, this was a journey.
Thank you.
MC Yeeeeee. Okay. We just went on the journey with you. From mic to movement. She reminded us that legacy isn't about luck. It's about showing up with love, grit, and undeniable purpose. If you needed a reminder to keep going, let this be that. Because your voice and your vision and your grind can make history too. And that has been another fire episode of Lips and Lace Podcast. You can follow us on all social media platforms at Lips and Lace Podcast, fully spelled out. You can keep up with our new drops on the Politely Network. We drop our episodes every Friday. So if you want to tap in, that's when we drop them. I'm your host, Jamisha, better known as the Beauty Mogul Goddess. And this has been Lips and Lace Podcast.
Thank you. You
Thank
can buy
you.
all of this here. Come get it.
Come get it. We got it. Woo.